Craig Melvin coaches his son's basketball team. His wife, Lindsay Charniak, posted a video on Instagram about a game Craig was coaching that brought him to tears. She seemed emotional about it, and Craig was so touched that he couldn't even talk about it. Here is what happened and why Craig was so emotional about the game and that moment. Craig Melvin has emotional moment with son. Lindsay Charniak was walking through an airport and talking in a new Instagram video she posted. In the video portion of the post, she said that her husband, Craig Melvin, coaches their son's basketball team. She said that the team, the Gamecocks, is good, but they were playing the best team in the league, which was undefeated. This was the season's final game, and she said she wanted to share a moment that showed how much coaching their son meant to Craig. Lindsay wrote that she has covered college basketball and was there when George Mason went to the Final Four and pulled off an upset. She said she shed a tear. However, this moment was up there with that for her. The other team is full of great kids and masterfully coached, but Melvin instilled a belief in his group that they could do it, and they did, she wrote in the caption. The gym erupted bakes of the underdog storyline, and I could barely hold my phone still. What a thrill and a blessing to see these kids accomplish a goal that seemed so out of reach, via Instagram. What happened at Craig Melvin's basketball game? The video showed Craig's son's team winning the season's final game, beating the previously undefeated team. They then erupted, cheering, running, and jumping, and it was a huge moment. Crowd gathered them all together to chant Gamecocks after the win, and it was a special moment. Lindsay was clearly still emotional when she was recording her video. However, Craig was even more emotional after the game. Lindsay had her phone out in the parking lot and asked his reaction to the win. He said he wasn't going to give a reaction, with tears still in his eyes. No reaction, he said. I'm proud of the boys, I'm proud of the boys. Fans reacted to Lindsay's video and loved what they saw from Craig as he coached the kids on this team. That's awesome. My mom and dad went to every basketball, baseball, soccer game from elementary school through high school for all three of us boys. Memories you never forget. Absolutely no better feeling. Great coach to instill such positive encouragement. Congratulations. All of you will remember this moment. The fact that Craig is the coach was amazing for all those kids. What are your thoughts on Craig Melvin getting to enjoy this experience with his son and the other kids? Let us know your thoughts in the comment below. Craig Melvin, the affable Today Show co-host known for his steady presence on morning television, recently experienced a moment of pure, unfiltered emotion that left him speechless, and his wife, Lindsay Charniak, teary-eyed with pride. In a heartfelt Instagram post shared this week, Charniak captured a scene from their son's basketball game that showcased Melvin not just as a TV personality, but as a devoted dad and coach. The video, filmed as Lindsay walked through an airport, revealed why this game, a season-ending upset victory, meant so much to Melvin that he could barely talk about it afterward. Charniak set the stage in her post, explaining that Melvin coaches their son Delano's basketball team, the Gamecocks, a scrappy squad of young players with heart. The team had been performing well all season, but their final game pitted them against the league's juggernaut, an undefeated team stacked with talent and led by a masterful coach. For Melvin, this wasn't just another game. It was a chance to instill belief in his players, including his son, that they could defy the odds. And defy them they did. In a nail-biting finish, the Gamecocks pulled off a stunning upset, toppling the top team and sending the gym into a frenzy. Lindsay, a seasoned sports journalist who's covered college basketball's biggest moments, like George Mason's improbable Final Four run in 2006, called this one of the most emotional victories she'd ever witnessed. I shed a tear when George Mason pulled off that upset, she wrote in her caption, but this moment was up there with that for me. Her video captured the raw joy of the win, the Gamecocks players erupting in cheers, running across the court, and jumping in celebration as the crowd roared. Melvin gathered his team in a huddle, leading them in a triumphant chant of Gamecocks that echoed through the gym. Lindsay admitted she could barely hold her phone steady amid the excitement, a testament to the electric atmosphere. The other team is full of great kids and masterfully coached. Charniak wrote, but Melvin instilled a belief in his group that they could do it because of the underdog storyline. And it was a thrill and a blessing to see these kids accomplish a goal that seemed so out of reach. For Melvin, the victory was more than just a scoreboard triumph. It was a validation of the lessons he'd been teaching his players all season: resilience, teamwork, and the power of belief. The emotional weight of the moment hit Melvin hard. In a follow-up clip filmed in the parking lot after the game, Lindsay turned the camera on her husband, asking for his reaction. With tears still glistening in his eyes, Melvin shook his head, his voice thick with emotion. No reaction, he said, managing a small smile. I'm proud of the boys, I'm proud of the boys. His refusal to elaborate spoke volumes. Sometimes, a moment is too big for words. Lindsay, still visibly moved as she recorded her airport recap, called it a memory that would stick with their family forever. Fans who caught the Instagram post were quick to shower Melvin with praise, touched by his vulnerability and dedication as a coach. That's awesome. One commenter wrote, my mom and dad went to every basketball, baseball, soccer game from elementary school through high school for all three of us boys. Memories you never forget. Another chimed in, absolutely no better feeling. Great coach to instill such positive encouragement. Congratulations. A third added, all of you will remember this moment. The fact that Craig is the coach was amazing for all those kids. The outpouring of support underscored how relatable Melvin's experience was to parents and former players alike. Those fleeting, golden moments of youth sports that linger for a lifetime. For Melvin, coaching the Gamecocks isn't just a weekend gig. It's a chance to bond with his son Delano, 10, and shape the lives of the other boys on the team. The Today Show anchor has often spoken about the joys and challenges of fatherhood, balancing his high-profile career with family life alongside Charniak and their two children, Delano and daughter Sybil, 7. This season, though, brought a new layer of connection. Week after week, Melvin traded his suit and tie for a whistle and clipboard, guiding the Gamecocks through drills, pep talks, and close games. The payoff came in that final, thrilling upset, a storybook ending that turned a local youth league game into a viral moment. Lindsay's perspective as a sports reporter added depth to the narrative. Having covered Cinderella stories on a national stage, she recognized the universal appeal of an underdog triumph. It's not just about the win, she said in her video, her voice catching slightly. It's about what Craig poured into those kids: belief, effort, heart. That investment paid off in the jubilant scenes she captured, players mobbing each other, parents cheering from the bleachers, and Melvin standing at the center of it all, a proud coach and dad overwhelmed by the moment. The Gamecocks' victory resonates beyond the scoreboard. It's a reminder of the power of sports to teach life lessons: grit, perseverance, and the sweetness of beating the odds. For Melvin, it was a rare chance to step out of the TV studio and into a role where the stakes felt personal. His emotional response humanized a man viewers know as polished and composed, revealing the depth of his investment in his son's world. What are your thoughts on Craig Melvin's unforgettable experience coaching his son's team to this improbable win? Do you have your own cherished memories of youth sports, whether as a player, parent, or coach? Share your stories and reactions in the comments below. As the Melvin Charniak family basks in this milestone, it's clear this game will be a highlight they'll relive for years to come.